The power of relationships, how love brings prosperity. In a small village nestled between lush green mountains lived Maria, a woman of boundless kindness and wisdom. She had dedicated her life to caring for others and nurturing her inner world. Maria never possessed great material wealth, yet her smile was always bright and her heart was full of love. Everyone in the village adored and respected her for her open-hearted nature and deep wisdom. However, Maria had not always had this peace and prosperity in her life. When she was younger, she went through many hardships and faced disappointments, both in her personal life and in her career. Despite this, something in her heart made her believe that the relationships we build with others, the love we share, are the true sources of prosperity in life. It was not only the love she gave, but also the love she received. This strong connection with others was what made her feel complete. One day, as she was walking through the village, Maria encountered Alexander, a young man who had just returned from the city. Alexander had spent many years searching for happiness through his career and the accumulation of material possessions. However, the more successful he became, the emptier he felt. His heart was full of emptiness, and his life seemed to be losing its purpose. "Good morning, Maria," said Alexander, his face showing sadness. "I wonder how you manage to always be so calm and filled with this love. Despite my success, I feel empty and alone." Maria looked at him with understanding and smiled warmly. "True prosperity doesn't come from the things you accumulate, Alexander. Prosperity comes from the relationships you build with those around you. Love is the most precious gift, and when you share it, you create a world full of light and peace." At first, Alexander didn't understand. "But Maria, relationships are difficult. We often get hurt by others. How can you say that love brings prosperity when people around us disappoint us?" Maria sat down beside him and said gently, "Love doesn't depend on what we receive, but on what we give. When we open our hearts to others, it doesn't matter if they respond in the same way. True love asks for nothing in return, and the more you share it, the more you will feel it flow within you." Alexander listened carefully but still felt uncertain. But what about disappointment? What if others hurt us or make us feel invisible? Maria gave him a warm hug and said, "Disappointment is part of the human experience, Alexander. But the key is not to break our connection with others when we face difficulties. Instead, we must learn to forgive, to understand, and to continue loving, even when it seems hard." Alexander began to reflect on Maria's words. He felt a quiet strength awakening within him, yet he still felt unsure. How could he open his heart when he had been hurt so many times? But something inside him urged him to try. He decided to begin with small acts of kindness, to offer support and love to those around him. Over time, he began to feel a profound change. His relationships with others became more genuine. Instead of waiting for others to give him something, he started giving from his heart. And the more he gave, the more love and light he felt coming back to him. His life took on new meaning and purpose. Little by little, the emptiness he had once felt was filled with true prosperity, the kind that comes from deep, authentic relationships. He learned that love is the greatest force in the world, and that through love we can overcome anything and create a life full of prosperity and peace. The lesson of the story: true prosperity doesn't come from material possessions or external success, but from the relationships we nurture with others and the love we share. The power of love and forgiveness can heal wounds and create a life full of light and peace. When we open our hearts to others, prosperity and tranquility become a part of our very existence.